Alright, so I'm going to explain what this ancient Greece leveled assignment is. It's at the top of your Google Classroom stream, and you should only work on this if you turn in everything that's required with your final draft. Some of you are really close to finishing, and some of you will finish today. So if you finish and you gather all the required materials, staple them all together, and you turn them in, the next thing you're going to do is go to your Google Classroom and work on this assignment. If you don't get to this assignment, like if you use today and tomorrow or Friday for working on your humor project, so you never make it to this point, this is going to be homework for you, and it's due at midnight on Sunday. So let's open up the assignment and see what it is. It says, build background info as an introduction to our unit on Greek mythology. This will count as a writing grade. I'm going to pretend to be Alex Kahn for this. Okay, so if you notice on this screen, this is when you click open, and this is where you can open the actual assignment. This is where you're going to click turn in when you're done, because there's no turn in button on the actual assignment. So this looks different than anything that we've done before because it's Google Slides and it's not a Google Doc assignment. So I'm just going to try to help you figure out how to do this. So see, there's no turn in button here. So again, when you're done, you're going to hit this hand in button. Okay, so let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger. So I just clicked this button to hide the menus and made it bigger. You can also hit Control minus to zoom in. So our first one says that you're going to type your name on the line where it says type your name. Just put your name there. Read these directions. It says, This digital interactive notebook is designed to help you better understand the people, culture, and geography of ancient Greece. It includes pages on vocabulary terms, people, and key events of these periods. On each page you will see blue text boxes where you can type responses. Simply click in the box and begin typing to provide your response. You can also add your own text boxes by clicking on the text box icon, which looks like that. You also will need to add images to various pages. You can do this by clicking on the image icon or going to Insert Image in the menu. Each text box can be resized using the borders so that each fits on your pages. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So, up here it says, Greek mythology was based on a polytheistic religion, meaning there were multiple gods, that was integral or important to the culture, politics, and art in ancient Greece. After analyzing Greek gods and goddesses, complete the graphic organizer below with pictures and info about each, then answer the analysis questions down here. So, these blue words are all links, and they open up to different pages. I would just open them all up, because this is like where you're going to find all your answers and whatnot. So here's an example. I did the first one for you. So I found a picture of Zeus, and I just copied and pasted it into this square. Or if you have trouble with that, I can show you another way to insert images. Then I just typed like 1, 2 sentences about Zeus. Zeus was the god of all gods. Also, while I was reading, I noticed he overthrew his own father to get to God of all gods. So I just told you like what he was the god of. Like Hera is the goddess of something, Apollo is the god of something. And then anything else that you noticed that was interesting about that god. So you're going to use these links to find them. Like here's Apollo. Just click around until you find them. And These sites are also good for finding information on the gods. I think that this site is probably going to help you with the analysis questions at the bottom. So if we look, these two questions, how did mythology help the Greeks explain the natural world? And what impact did Greek mythology have on later civilizations? I think you can find those answers in this one. Okay, so if you do this one, complete it, you can stop here if you only want to score up to a 1.5. If you want a higher score, you're going to move on to the next one, which is vocabulary. You're going to type the definition in the text box and then put an image that represents it. This one, you have to use the links again to find the answers, and you're going to drag and drop the answers where they're supposed to go. So, yep, you drag the name of the person, so who applies to drama or poetry or mathematics. Give me like a sentence or two explaining what they did with that, why this person is drama, and I don't know if this is the right answer, so don't think it is. I just pulled a random one over here as an example. Explain what they contributed to drama, what they contributed to poetry, mathematics, history, science, philosophy, and then put a picture of that person right here. Okay, moving on. If you want to only score up to a 2.5, you would stop at this point. To go further towards a 3.5, you would do these next two. Comparing Athens and Sparta, so you would read these directions, use these links, and then drag the details that apply to each civilization to the correct boxes. And then you would answer this question down here. This next one asks you to use these links to put a picture for each philosopher, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Put a picture of each person here. Explain what their key beliefs were, what makes them different from each other. So you can use this for the key beliefs and learning about each person. And then the significance of the Greek philosophers. Just tell me why these people are important to us still today. Stop here if you only want to score up to a 3.5. Next, if you want to get up to a 4, there's two more that are slightly more difficult. These ones are about the different civilizations that occupied Greece and the surrounding islands. So you would have to use all these links to figure out which one was which, and you would drag the appropriate one to where it lands on the timeline. Okay. Next one, we are looking at geography. So you're going to use these links to find the answers to this. All right. Then you would stop here if you'd like to score up to a 4. Go back in when you're at your stopping point and hit hand in on this page, and then you're done.